In today's video, we're going to be talking about how Okay, let me repeat that. FlipFlop Tactics is back. Yukeo and Kuxir are teaming up again, and they found a new third, and it is officially announced. We've also got Rocket League being featured when it comes to the Streamer Bowl. For those that don't know what Twitch Rivals is, there will be the halftime show for that, so we'll talk about that in a bit. And we've also got stuff about Monstercat teaming up with Team Liquid in a competition as well. All that and more in this video. Let's take a look. First things first, and probably the most important thing as it pertains to the RLCS. For those that do not know and have not seen the videos over the past week or so, Fade Away and Swag, the old team that Kuxir was on with Flakes, have disbanded and have been kind of mixing and matching their team members, find what's going to happen and how they're going to progress forward. The one thing that's been kind of true through most of it is that Kuxir and Yukeo have been teaming together and trying to find a new third. We weren't exactly sure on what was going to happen. We didn't know if Bluey was going to come over, if you're going to see Calix or some of the Triple Trouble guys mix it up and come over. But what ended up happening is Rizex has officially been joining as a third. If you look at the tweet, they say, today we are announcing a new team that will be competing in the RLCS, FlipFlop Tactics. Shoutouts to Flipside Tactics, Hector, and the rest of the guys over there. But Yukeo, Kuxir, and Rizex are going to be the team, and they are looking for an organization, by the way. And they put themselves out for that reason. So, pretty excited. I mean, the last time that we saw Flipside, they pretty much won. I mean, they won WSOE. Ironically enough, today's the 29th when I'm recording this. And I just got like one of those like Facebook memory things. And it's pictures from the LAN that happened at WSOE 2 years ago when they brought in Speed and won. So pretty hype stuff there. Kind of a trip down memory lane and an interesting way to kind of reminisce. But Kuxir and Yukeo back together, I think, is a pretty good fit. I don't know how Rizex is going to fit into it and how things are going to play out. But obviously with them trying a bunch of people, clearly something has gone well. Ultimately, the way that I look at it, though, based upon how this plays out, I don't think things are organization-wise for representation going to happen anytime soon, just because we haven't seen any results. But it is a good way to build a foundation and see how things are going. And I talk about doing this sooner than later, making sure that you have a foundation set and things are put into place. So when you go into the spring split, you can build upon it against real competition. And then when it comes down to the next season, you've already got that foundation built. You can keep progressing forward. So early decisions and very decisive is something that I really like to see out of these guys. Rather than waiting. And again, always subject to change. They always have the ability to swap people in and out. Maybe other players become available. And we see that this is not a finalized roster, obviously. Even though it is right now, there may be a circumstance where roster changes happen and a person they didn't think available becomes available. And all of a sudden you see swaps then and there. Obviously, I'll always do my best to make sure I keep you guys up to date on that stuff when it does happen, especially with the trade window coming up here in just a few weeks. For those that don't know what Twitch Rivals is, first and foremost, go support Wavepunk. He hosts the entire event. He's always there, working his butt off, and that's why you see him a little bit less on the RLCS X broadcast. But Twitch Rivals is basically a competition where developers pay Twitch. Twitch puts on a event, and every year they put on an event for the Super Bowl. And during halftime, obviously they need a halftime show. They need something to entertain rather than hiring a music artist to sing something live and poorly and lipped, and halftime shows aren't really my thing. But what's going to be happening is for the Twitch Rivals halftime show is there's going to be a Streamer Bowl halftime show on February 4th beginning around 4:10 PST. If you take a look at the tweet, you can also see that JonSandman, Athena, Sunless Khan, Chelsea are going to be playing with T-Pain, George Kittle, Trent Taylor, and a Big Cheese Kit. Most of you guys should know the content creators from the Rocket League side, but if you guys don't know the other ones, it's T-Pain. So like obviously know that T-Pain's obviously been big on gaming for quite a while now. A couple years back at PAX West or East, there was a Facebook after party that he actually performed at. So he's been involved in the Twitch community for quite a while and has been trying to stream and do that whole thing. You've got George Kittle and Trent Taylor from the 49ers for San Francisco. And then Big Cheese is actually one of the newer, I'm pretty sure he's like a Twitch ambassador. I could be wrong on that, but I actually know Big Cheese because I used to be in an old sponsorship alongside him. Really nice dude, has a ton of energy, very infectious personality. So his streams are fun. He does like loops and beats and stuff like that, but also then does a lot of gaming, a lot of Warzone stuff, a lot of melee kills. But yeah, Big Cheese is dope too. So basically a show match that's going on during the halftime, and it's awesome because there's usually a lot of eyes on that with people watching that kind of Twitch Rivals event stuff. And more importantly, the fact that it's showcasing Rocket League is just, again, Rocket League and Twitch trying to push each other to get this stuff in front of people. Obviously, we all know how awesome Rocket League is. So the more and more it's being pushed, the more people that see it, the more eyes on it, with it being free to play, it's going to help us all grow in the end. So good stuff there. Awesome to see that Psyonix continues to keep the ball rolling and trying to provide as much stuff as much as they can. I will say, though, at the beginning of this, though, I don't know how they're going to be splitting up these teams, but it could be rough depending on who ends up where. Last but not least, if you guys haven't seen it, there's going to be a show match with Team Liquid and Monstercat. There's going to be 8 artists and 4 esports athletes that are going to be playing together in a show match of the sorts, and a lot of different names that are joining in for it. Obviously, you've got the Team Liquid roster, Speed, Roniki, you got Fruity, and then you got Remco. As for the artists, you're going to be having Cascade, Slushy, Tokyo Machine, Protostar, Faint, Half an Orange, Conroe. If you guys don't know Conroe, Therapy is my heckin' jam, and Pixel Terror Base. So a lot of exciting things as you guys are taking a look and showcasing. You can see the video that's probably playing while I'm talking about this, but it's got all the details. 10 a.m. Pacific is going down February 4th as well. So not only do you have a bunch of things already going on when it comes to the events and all the things elsewise that are going on, Rocket League just doesn't seem to be slowing down. There is so many events and so many different things between Pittsburgh Knights thing I talked about yesterday. You've also got Streamer Bowl stuff. You've got Team Liquid show match. Like Rocket League, and we talk about this so many times because of what it is and its accessibility and its ease of use, is just a esports sponsor whatever dream. It's so intrinsically amazing with no violence and no extra features. Yes, the game is difficult and it's exciting for that reason, but that contrast, as long as it's balanced pretty well with the level of competition, is really exciting. I do know there's a lot of music artists and stuff that love to play Rocket League on the road when they're touring and stuff. And it just seems to be that the more people that know about it, I guess my personal hope is right now you obviously see people in like the NFL and everything, and their esports athletes playing like 2K and FIFA and Madden and stuff like that. And I'm hoping that in the future, Rocket League becomes that replacement. So rather than playing a sports sim, they're playing an actual game that takes skill rather than I want to pass the ball, hit a button. It's just, there's something so much better about actually doing it yourself, even though it is much more difficult. That is going to wrap it up for this video. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns about what's going on, or if you'd like to know more information about what I'm talking about or specific links to it, you can find that in the description down below. And when you're down there, if you guys enjoy the content, give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, turn on notifications. Any questions you guys have, always leave those in the comments. But ultimately, that is going to wrap it up for this video. A whole lot more recaps, power rankings, all that kind of stuff coming up soon, and a bunch of interviews. For those that do not know, I've been working on a new interview series. I did one with Lethemir a while back, and he ended up like crying in the middle of it because we got into some really genuine emotion. And that's kind of the energy I'm trying to bring to these interviews when I do them. It's a series called Rocket Talk. I've used to have a podcast. I've actually had 2 or 3 podcasts that I've done. But Rocket Talk is a one-on-one interview with your favorite content creators, your favorite pros, people that basically just want to sit down and have a chat. It doesn't have to be about Rocket League. It's just getting to know the person behind the scenes. A lot of these people I consider very close friends. So being able to get to know them the way that I know them is what I'm trying to do in these interviews. And they're always a fantastic watch if you get the chance to. So I can tell you right now, we've got Mertzy coming up, JonSandman, Musty, a lot of big name content creators. We're going to be sitting down with Sunless Khan. Things for you guys to look forward to and insight provided about the people that really make this ecosystem really happen. With that said, hope you guys have a great rest of your day and we'll catch you next time. Peace.